From family events to volunteer opportunities to community happenings, there is a lot going on in your community. Learn about all the possibilities and opportunities on this episode of Community Hotline.
Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have with us for our first guest tonight, Ryan Heller, who is the artistic director and conductor of the Portland Vocal Consort. Nice to have you here, Ryan.
Thanks for having me, Monica.
Thanks for being here. Now, the Portland Vocal Consort is a nonprofit group, correct?
That's right.
And tell me, what's the mission of the consort?
Well, the mission is based on the idea that we wanted to start a professional choir in Portland composed of the city's finest singers that could bring outstanding performances of any genre of music to our communities. So be it classical choral music, opera, jazz, Broadway, whatever. We want to be able to entertain a wide range of audience.
But this is not a for-profit group, so people are not doing this as their profession.
That is correct.
Their vocation, perhaps. But
right,
yes.
Yeah, most of our singers either sing all around in a wide variety of places. Many have day jobs, working as attorneys, and they sing for us in the evening or whatever their job may be.
How long has the group been in existence?
This is our 5th season. We started in the fall of 2007.
So who started it? Were you part of the group that founded this?
I was. I had the great pleasure of singing in a professional choir called Choral Cross Ties when I was in graduate school with Dr. Bruce Brown, who was a longtime Portland choral luminary and is back now. That group folded, and there were a few years when there was no professional choir in Portland. And so together with our executive director, Marita Postma, we got together and kind of brainstormed what eventually was the brainchild of Portland Vocal Consort.
How has that worked out? Has it been well accepted in the community?
Yes, it's been an incredible ride so far, and it's such an adventure because, of course, in terms of any nonprofit, and especially a musical one, 5 years is nothing.
Right.
It seems like a long time, but really it's a drop in the can. And so each concert has been different. We always are stretching our bounds and exploring new things. And the community has responded with nothing but support. Turnout is always very positive.
Good.
And all of the press and attention has been very good for us.
Good. Glad to hear it. Now, besides performances, what do you do? Do you use this as a vehicle to educate people about music, or what else do you do?
Absolutely. We are often contacted by people who want to bring in a group of singers, perhaps as a demo in a classroom, to do something like showcasing a variety of styles of music. Perhaps it's going to a elementary school and saying, look, you can sing beyond your school experiences.
There is hope beyond this.
Yes, exactly right. And of course, given today's educational climate, very often there's no music in schools.
That's right.
So we are actually in the process of developing a choral curriculum that the schools can bring myself or our singers in for an outside event.
I love that.
To educate
That's great.
the kids and get them singing, which of course is what we want to do.
Yes, that's wonderful. We do a holiday program here every year called the Holiday Open Studio, where we bring in grade school, middle school, and high school kids to do choral performances, and a lot of them have no music program anymore.
Exactly,
and it's really sad.
Right. Yeah, it is.
People that we've had in years past, sorry, we can't do it. We have no music director.
Right.
So
I think it's important for us as working musicians to be able to get in there and help that way.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Absolutely. It's such a joy, especially when you see the face of a kid light up singing with us and say, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yes.
To have that realization is wonderful.
So what other kinds of things do you do? You do the education and the performance?
That's right. Performance is our biggest piece. Recording is a piece of our mission.
Okay.
We have one recording that we actually compiled from live performances from our first couple of seasons. And all of that information is on our website.
Okay.
Portland
and you
Vocal
have
Consort.
a CD available if people want to go to the website
yes,
and
that's
get
right.
that.
Good.
Good.
Check it out and download clips of us there.
I think we have a CD here or a snippet of some of your performances, so maybe we could take a look at that now.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay.
Thank you very
Beautiful.
much.
Now tell me about that particular performance.
That was actually various footage from our concert last year from Best of the Northwest, which is the next concert that we're producing at the end of the month.
Okay, well tell me about that then.
Absolutely. This is one of the aspects of our mission is that we are very committed to performing contemporary music written by local composers. So the
was
title
that
Best
by
of the
a
Northwest,
local?
yeah, those various pieces were from several composers, one of which was the winner of last year's Young Composers Contest, which is an element of this concert that we do, again, part of the educational outreach component, wanting to encourage and foster new composers.
Right.
And these are all people under 30. Who submit
Really?
pieces for us to review. And in fact, we're in the process right now of finishing that for this year. And at our first rehearsal this weekend, the singers look at the top 4 or 5 that I've selected from all of our submissions, give me their feedback, and from there we select the winner whose work we premiere on our concert. So,
Oh, how exciting for that person.
yeah, it's very, very exciting.
So these are local composers. Do they have to be people that have not actually published their work, or what do you?
Not at all.
It could be anybody?
There are all kinds, and we welcome submissions from all composers.
Okay.
Last year we collaborated with the Cascadia Composers, which is a group from all around the Northwest of working professionals. This year I simply invited anybody who wanted to submit scores to me to send me materials.
So do you always do local composers, or just a focus on local composers?
Just a focus for the one concert in our series of 3 or 4
Best of the
concerts.
Northwest.
Yes, just that one is featuring local composers.
Now this will be, then you have an event where you're going to perform these pieces.
That's correct.
And
that
when
is correct.
that?
That is the last weekend of February,
Okay.
on February 25th and 26th. And again, all the information is on the website.
Good.
And this year we are collaborating with the Chamber Choir at Pacific University, which is out in Forest Grove.
Right.
So we're kind of going beyond Portland. We'll be in Portland on Saturday night and out there in Forest Grove on Sunday afternoon.
So people could hear some terrific performances.
That's right.
And find out more about the Portland Vocal Concert.
Absolutely.
How do you get your funding for your organization?
Our funding comes from a wide variety of sources, from numerous grants from either the Oregon Arts Commission, the Regional Arts and Culture Council, have supported us very generously through these first 5 years, and of course a great amount of support from private donors and foundations who believe in bringing the arts to everybody.
So if somebody were interested in making a donation, you'd be happy to accept
Absolutely.
it.
There is a donation button on our website.
Okay, good, yeah. Well, people need to support the things that are important to them.
That's right. And hopefully live music is one of those.
Well, it's really sad when we talked about losing the arts in the schools. To lose that, it's such a big part of making somebody a well-rounded person.
That's right.
And it's very important. So I'm really happy that you're doing that.
Absolutely.
What kind of challenges do you have in doing this kind of work?
It's such exciting work because these people that I get to make music with are such a high level of talent and skill. So really, I get to push myself to new heights of artistic and creative thinking. When I'm preparing, I know that I'm not going to spend my rehearsal time teaching notes and rhythms, for instance.
Right.
So we get to get into bringing the text to life and what is meaningful about it. This year's Best of the Northwest concert basically focuses on what is magical about the Northwest. What does living in the Northwest mean to us? The beauty of nature that we get to experience from the coast to the mountains. The rich Native American heritage that we have in the area. So we actually have about 5 different pieces which come from different Native American traditions that we're folding together into one component on the concert.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So bringing those pieces to life in a way that resonates with a perhaps spiritual element with our audience, but at least emotional and just beyond a sensory auditory experience.
People connect to music so deeply.
Exactly.
Now, you're a native Oregonian. Is
That's
that
right,
right?
I am.
That's right. So you've been in the Northwest for a long, long time.
Yes.
Yes. Well, not that long.
Not too long.
You know.
Thank you.
But you also, I understand, go to Austin, Texas, and work there.
That is
Tell me about
correct.
that.
Yes, I'm splitting my time now between Portland and Austin, which are 2 very similar cities.
Yes.
And there in Austin, I work with a group called Chorus Austin. Now in my 3rd season with them, and that is a large symphonic choir which sings with the Austin Symphony and does the masterpieces like the Bach B minor Mass we're working on right now. And then I have a chamber choir there called the Austin Vocal Arts Ensemble, which is a 32-voice chamber choir 8 singers on a part, and they do a wide range of repertoire, much like the Portland Vocal Consort does.
Well, you do keep busy, don't you?
Absolutely.
So
I get to
how
spend my
often
time.
are you in Austin?
I'm there 2 or 3 times a month, usually for 2 or 3 day periods, just for rehearsals, and then I'm back here.
You get some good frequent flyer
The
miles
bulk
there,
of the
don't
time,
you?
yes, that's right.
Wow. Oh, that would be exciting. So, this going back to the performance from last year, tell me about that. Where is it held? It's at
That is at First Presbyterian Church, and we're returning there for our Portland performance this year.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful space, incredible organ they have there, and the acoustic for the singer is just wonderful. We can hear each other well. The audience can hear every bit of musical nuance and layering through all the voices. So it's a very easy room to sing in, and as well as beautiful aesthetically.
Wonderful. And what happens when someone is chosen as a composer for your performance? Are they able to be there at the performance?
Yes, we invite them all to come. Many are at the performance, and they work with the choir at least once beforehand as well. I like to have them at rehearsals. So in realizing their score and bringing it to life, since they are living, we want to have that first-hand encounter with them.
Sure.
And then it's also nice to be able to provide the audience a chance to meet the composers who are
Sure,
there.
that would be a nice aspect of it, I think.
Absolutely, and it's something that we just don't tend to think about anymore, that there are living, working composers.
Right.
You know, we tend to think of them as dead old white men.
Yeah.
And that's nothing is further from the truth anymore. So a very vast array of composers, not only from Oregon, but from Washington, from British Columbia, even Montana and Idaho we've had these last couple of years. So we have a wide range from the Northwest.
Tell me something about the composers that you work with, especially the young ones. Are they mostly trying to pursue music as a career?
Yes, the winners of the last couple of Young Composers contests are composition majors in college, and they hope to go on to pursue a career in actual music making and writing music. The winner of our first Young Composers contest, his name is Ethan Gans Morse. We're featuring on this year's concert as one of the featured composers. He and his partner Tiziana della Rovere, a beautiful Italian woman, who's also a painter and a poet.
A hard name to say.
Yes, exactly. I'm lucky to remember it. Have collaborated in a new setting of an Ave Maria text. And not just the Catholic prayer, but Tiziana has written new poetry for it. Again, folding in the wonder of nature and finding
that sounds
something
beautiful. I'd like to hear
divine
that.
in that. And it really makes sense, like I said, with the texts that we've chosen for the rest of the concert. So Ethan will be there, as well as Tiziana, and the painting which inspired
Oh, I
this
like
piece
that.
of
I like
music.
tying that all together. What does it do for a composer to win this award or to be chosen as the
Well, we hope it's certainly a boost for their resume to have another award. We typically have some generosity of donations to be able to present them with gift certificates or some kind of modest cash award. And then the other thing that we'd like to do is to give them a recording of us singing their work that they can use for their demos as they're going on to further their career.
Good deal. That's a good deal for them. I'm sure is there a lot of competition? Do you get quite a few?
There is.
submissions?
It's pretty fierce, and what's exciting is that this year, which is our third year of doing the Young Composers Contest, all of the submissions were of substantial caliber. There was no easy way to decide the process. Except for the criteria which we've set out, and in terms of using some kind of objective, material, it is it's difficult because music is so subjective.
Well, it is.
So that's why I like to solicit the singer's input, see what they respond to, what's easy to sing, what interests them from a musical and a vocal and intellectual level, and then from there we go on to select our winner.
Wonderful. So, what else can you tell me about the Portland Vocal Concert before I need to wrap up here? What else do we need to know?
Well, we audition every year, so the group is constantly turning over and seeking new members. It's highly competitive for that reason.
How many in the group?
24.
24.
6 on each vocal part. And we like to keep it that way. It's one of my great passions to always find new talent here in Portland, and Portland is a hotbed of it.
Yes, it
we
is.
attract some of the best singers and musicians from all across the country who want to make Portland their home. So every summer we hold auditions. I have a chance to hear these new people and hopefully find a spot for them in the consort. If not, we have great relationships with our sister organizations, and we're often sending new singers to to them as well.
Sister organizations such as?
The Portland Symphonic Choir, Bravo Chorale in Vancouver, Washington, the Resonance Ensemble, which is another small chamber choir here in town. So a lot of great opportunities for singers here in Portland.
Wonderful. So the date again of this of the event you have at the end of February
is the last weekend of this month. That's right. It's February 26th on Saturday in the evening at First Presbyterian Church, and then Sunday in the afternoon out at Pacific University in Forest Grove.
So go to either one or both.
Exactly right. And all the information is on the website.
Wonderful. Good. Oh, well, it sounds like it'll be a really wonderful performance.
I sure hope so, Monica.
And it's great. I love that you're bringing it into the schools and encouraging young composers, and that's great.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for being my guest tonight.
Thank you.
If people are interested in finding out more about the Portland Vocal Consort, please go to their website. I think the numbers and the website is up on the screen. And if you want to donate to this very worthy cause, you can do so there.
Absolutely.
So, all right. That's this issue, or this edition of Community Hotline. I'll be right back in a few minutes, so please don't go away.
Volunteers are the cornerstone of local communities, and they enjoy the satisfaction that comes from being part of something larger than themselves. Multnomah County invites citizens to participate in projects that benefit the greater good of our residents.
No matter where your interests lay, there is a volunteer opportunity for you. From helping families through hard times, to working on a citizen advisory board, to making your neighborhood the place you want to live. The opportunities are endless.
Through offering your time and talents, you can help provide programs and services that benefit all of us. You have the potential to make Multnomah County a better place to work, play, and live.
Volunteering builds skills, provides insight into professions, and engages people in important actions. It shapes both you and your community. Plus, volunteering is fun.
To get involved, contact the Office of Citizen Involvement. Go to citizenweb.org. Shape your community. Volunteer.
Hi, I'm Luke Perry. You're watching MetroEast. Over 25 years of great community media.
Alone, our reach is limited. No matter how great our intentions, on our own, we can only stretch so far. But at Rotary, we believe the right group of people working together can make our communities, our world, a better place. Rotary, humanity in motion.
¿Están listos?
Free GED classes.
Are you ready? Clases gratis de inglés.
Yo estoy lista.
Transportation for free.
I'm ready.
Clases gratis de computación. ¿Qué listos?
We're ready.
Come to listos. If we can do it, you can do it.
What am I supposed to do with all these corks?
Turn them into a cork board.
What about all these floppy disks?
How about a fantastic journal?
I wouldn't learn how to make cool things like that.
Well, come on down to Scrap. Scrap has monthly workshops where you too can learn how to make great things. We provide everything you need. For more information, call 503-294-0769 or go to www.scrapaction.org. Scrap. Create more, consume less.
Many people are aware of the problems of hunger and poverty, but few realize how severe these issues are in East County. Every winter we find hungry and homeless people on our streets. Here at Snowcap, we combat these problems by bringing together the people who have with those who have not. Snowcap is a nonprofit organization dedicated to serving the needs of low-income persons living in the East Metro area. With the help of community members and the support of local businesses, Snowcap feeds over 4,000 people per month and distributes clothing to more than 1,000 people per month. You can help Snowcap by donating your time, donating food or clothing, or making a financial contribution. To find out more, contact Snowcap at 503-674-8785 or on the web at www.snowcap.org.
Hi, and welcome back to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham. And with me today is Sue Myers, who is the Executive Director of Chase Me Again, which is a unique thrift store. And unique in a couple different ways. Sue, tell me what makes this thrift store different?
Well, it's a small thrift store, so it's not one of the larger ones. It's different because we have very unique items that we offer, is what we try and go for. And I think it's different because when you walk in, it doesn't look like a thrift store. It is fun, it's decorated fun, it feels fun. All the volunteers that work there have a blast. That's why they're there.
And they're nice. They're very nice people that work there.
We have so much fun. Sometimes the customers have to remind us that we have to help them because we're just having such a grand
talking.
Playing with clothes and talking. But we do help the customers, and the customers get in on our visits as well. So.
Wonderful. Well, you know, the Community Hotline is all about promoting nonprofits. Now, we don't usually have a business on the show, but there is an aspect of Chase Me Again that is different. Why don't you explain to our viewers what that is?
Well, we are a nonprofit thrift shop, and so when people bring in their donations, we're able to give them a tax receipt.
Okay.
And then what happens after that comes in and we process it and it gets out on the floor and we make a profit on that, we then give that back to the community.
That's great.
So, yeah.
So we know that the money is actually going to serve the area. Does most of your money go to the local area? Is it spread out? Or why don't you tell me who some of the organizations are that benefit from?
Our first and largest beneficiary is My Father's House, which is a family homeless shelter here in Gresham.
Yes. And they do tremendous work.
They are amazing.
Aren't they one of the only places around that that actually shelters families as opposed to just women and children or just men?
Yes, in Multnomah County, they are the only homeless shelter that is not funded with government money, so they're privately funded, and they are the only one that's open year-round in Multnomah County. They have over 40 families, and a family is basically someone that has children. Okay. And so if you think about single dads that are trying to raise children, there's no place for single dads to go to a shelter.
That's right. They Moms with kids can, but dads can't.
Dads can't.
So
And there are a lot of
service.
there are a lot of single dads at My Father's House trying to raise their children on their own.
Bless their hearts. They need all the help they can get. So when you have after you've paid your bills and there's profits, then that goes primarily to My Father's House.
Primarily to My Father's House.
Okay.
So we've been open a year and a half, and can I say how much we've been able to? In that time, we've been able to give over $10,000 back to the shelter.
Nice.
Now we have another part that we are doing for the shelter is that we also allow their residents to come shop at our store, free of charge.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's huge.
So we have a program that they get to have vouchers that are handed out to them at the shelter, and then they come into the store, they shop, they try clothes on, They get to go through and look at all of our household items. A lot of these people, when they have come to the shelter, they don't have a lot left. And by the time they're ready to move out of the shelter, it's a 3 to 4 month program at the shelter that they go through. By the time they're ready to move out, they're excited to start a new,
a new life,
new life, new venture. The shelter will actually has an adopt-a-room program, and they get all their linens that are brand new. When they move into the shelter, they have new bedding, new towels, new all that sort of stuff. They also have new dish set, new pots and pans. That goes with them when they move out. That's a program that the shelter set up for them, that they get to keep those items when they have successfully gotten back on their feet. But there's all the little things that go along.
It costs a ton. When you anytime you move, it costs a lot. But if you have to furnish a household,
so they come into our store and they get to also get items for their household from our store.
What kinds of things do you carry that would furnish a household?
Decor.
Something to make it at home.
Something to make it at home. They get pictures. They get vases. They get all that kind of fun stuff to make the home special.
Stuff that they wouldn't normally spend their money on if you have a limited budget.
Right, and it is amazing. At first we weren't going to put toys in our thrift store because we had just kind of thought it was a woman's thrift store. We weren't real sure what we were doing. But as we put more and more toys out, the toys are selling to the public. Plus, the residents get to come in and get toys for their children.
That's
and
great.
yeah, so that's been fun.
Be very heartwarming to be able to see people come in that are getting back on their feet after being homeless.
They are so grateful.
I'm sure that they
are so grateful.
That's a wonderful service. That's a wonderful
That's
service.
why they're our biggest beneficiary, because we get the biggest pleasure out of it.
It's all about you, Sue.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
No,
but we have a volunteer that every other Friday takes a van over and picks up the ones that have no transportation. And so every other Friday morning, it gets a little hectic. We can have up to 8 people shopping.
Oh. Yeah, because it is a small shop.
It is. It's bigger than what it used to be.
Yeah. Oh, well, you used to be over in the historic?
We moved. We used to be in the basement of the old Zion Church that's right next to the Historical Society.
Right. Okay.
So we were in the basement. When I started the store, this was going to be just a small, tiny store, and we were.
And it was a small, tiny store.
It was.
I remember the first time I saw you was at the Gresham Art Walk. You had it out on the sidewalk. That's when I first heard about you.
Yeah, Judy Hahn pulled me out on the sidewalk and said, "Get your stuff out here," and I did. She's wonderful. Yes. She's been great to us. Anyway, we started there only 2 days a week. It was so successful, we pushed it, went 3 days a week. My volunteers pestered me to stay open longer, so we went to 5 days a week. We were doing so well that we decided to get into a bigger place.
So now you are located at, what's the cross street there?
Hood and Second.
Second and Hood.
So we are
right by the
Art Park.
The Arts Plaza.
Yes, the Art Park. We are 1 block up from Riegelman's, that's on Powell, so that's kind of a
store.
Yeah. Anyway, we have other things that we benefit, though.
Okay, tell me about that.
We also benefit Meals on Wheels. We do coin drives for them and send them money. I did Meals on Wheels for a year to honor my mother after she passed away, and just fell in love with the organization.
It's a wonderful organization.
Yeah. So I wanted to do something for them. So all we can think of at the moment is to give them cash, and they take it.
Yeah, really? What a surprise.
And then we are just now getting into benefiting hospice. We have 2 hospice groups that we've taken on that we just love. We have 2 volunteers that work with us that are parts of those groups.
Oh, see, that's good.
Yeah.
That personal connection makes it
yeah.
worthwhile too.
We also are doing a little bit of stuff with Zarephath Kitchen right now. We're starting
what
to
is
set
it again?
Zarephath Kitchen.
Oh, Zarephath. Okay.
Yes, it's a place where people can go get food and a hot meal once a day.
There's a lot of need, especially in this East County area. As I've been
there
here,
is.
There's a lot of need.
So we are just now getting ready to help them with some of their clothing needs. We're gathering coats. We're gathering gloves. You wouldn't believe. You still need gloves in the spring.
Yeah.
People give gloves when it's winter, but right now they still need gloves. So they have a 50 glove drive that they're trying to accomplish by the end of February. So we're collecting gloves for them.
Okay, good. Well, that's an easy thing for people to give.
That is very easy. Just bring it into our store, say it's for the Zarephath closet, and we pass it on to them. Right now we have a bunch of coats to give to them. And
great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So those are the organizations you're working with now.
Currently.
And do you change them up periodically, or you might?
I would never go away from doing my father's house. It's just, that's my...
It's so important.
Yeah,
it's
that's my love.
Yeah, it's close to you, yeah. Good. So, but there's a possibility you may benefit other ones in the future. You can just...
We have so much potential, so much more than I ever realized when I opened the store.
Well, you've gone from 2 days a week in a little tiny space to 5 days a week in a much bigger space. And now, didn't you tell me you were expanding even more?
Yes. So we moved to the new space in October. The landlord
Just this last October?
Just this last
2011,
October.
okay.
The landlord immediately started talking to me about taking over the place next to us. I don't know if you know this, but Jim Riegelman's mother actually worked in a thrift store that was in downtown Gresham.
Oh, really?
Yes. And
Jim Riegelman of Riegelman's Furniture and Appliances there?
Yes,
Yeah.
and so his mother had worked or ran a thrift store that benefited the community as well. So he is just thrilled that we're there.
So he's the landlord?
He and the entity of the Riegelmans.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so he was interested in us taking over the space next door, and we did some negotiating, and he is a very good landlord, and we got a really good deal, and we're excited that we will be opening up our new place in March.
Next month, wow.
Yes,
That's soon.
it's going fast. The city's helping us
So
right along.
Do you have enough clothing and products for that area?
Well,
or
we're
what?
not putting clothing in the other area. We're doing consignment furniture.
Oh, okay.
We've had a lot of consignment furniture coming through our store already, but we have very little space for it because we had so much clothing. So we needed a space to be able to put in more furniture. I have a backlog of people that want to bring in the furniture.
Great.
It's a 60-40 split, and so the store gets the benefit of the 40%. The person that is bringing it in gets the benefit of the sale.
Kind of a win-win, isn't it?
It's very much a win, and there's a huge need for nice used furniture in the area. We have a lot of wonderful furniture stores,
but around when I moved, I
well,
had so
you know,
much furniture.
you're not going to go buy a new dining room set until you get rid of the old one.
Yeah, well, when you downsize as significantly as I did, you just have to get rid of everything. So my huge dining room set went, you know.
But then you needed to go out and buy a small dining room set.
No, there's not enough room.
Sit in front of the TV, eh?
No, there's not room for a TV
Oh.
either. Okay, it's very
Aren't you at
tiny.
the homeless shelter?
No, I'm not. But you know, that's a great deal for the people that are trying to get rid of some stuff, either to get new stuff or to move into a tiny place.
Well, and we have a lot of the elderly that Craigslist is a wonderful avenue. But for the elderly, it's hard to have someone come into your home and you're a little bit nervous about that.
It's also a bit of a danger. There are, you know, I mean, I think Craigslist is great, but there are times when people have been scammed or hurt in that. So for safety's sake, dealing with an organization like Chase Me Again is great. So what about the people at my father's house? Will they be able to use some of that furniture too? Have you decided that yet?
There is a lot of furniture that the shelter gets that goes into storage units, and they get their storage units free of charge from the storage unit places, but they have an abundance and they can't use it all. And it's the same with their clothing. They can't use it all. So they send the extra to us, and so that's why we are able to give so much back to them. So the furniture, some of the furniture will be coming from the shelter that's donated to them. Residents will be able to come in and get that.
So the consignment stuff, obviously the people need to get money for that because it's on consignment. But something that's been donated straight out or that has gone to
then the residents can have that free of charge.
Great.
That it's just something that we work through with the shelter that we're trying to figure out, you know, how to be sure. And then if it does sell and it came from the shelter gets that 40% cut.
Oh. Great.
So they're making good money on the furniture.
Great.
I mean, the 60% cut, excuse me.
Yes, you get the 40.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Don't get it twisted there, yes. Now, you have an event coming up. Why don't you tell me about that?
We do. The volunteers.
You look excited about it,
I know,
Sue.
it's so fun. The volunteers in our store, we just have fun. We just play all the time.
Good.
And
it sounds like you have a good place to work too.
Yeah, yeah. And so they came up with the idea of doing a fashion show, because we have so many beautiful things that come in. Some things still have the price tag on them from the original store. So we decided to do a fashion show. Once we moved into the larger space, we were like, hey, we got the space, we can do this, push back all the racks.
So you're going to do it right there at the store?
We're going to do it right there at the store. Actually, because we just signed lease on the empty space next to us, I think we just made the decision. The city came through today, said they can get us our occupancy permit before, so I think we'll be in the new space for the show. But anyway, the show is all items from our store is being featured.
Good.
And all of the models are the volunteers from our store.
Oh, wonderful.
We also are serving a light tea, and we have tickets for sale. You can come into the store to buy the tickets. And this one, the volunteers decided this is the thing that will be benefiting hospice.
Oh, good.
So all proceeds from this will be going to the 2 hospice groups.
So if people are interested in checking out some some new used items for sale, or if they are a big supporter of hospice, and who wouldn't be? They're a terrific organization. They do amazing work. Or they just want to check out something new going on in the neighborhood, they can come to
come hang out with the ladies and get in on the laughter and the tea, and it'll just be fun.
And what's the date again?
That is March 3rd. It's a Saturday,
3rd. Okay.
And it's from 4:30 to 6.
4:30 to 6 at Chase Me Again on
and
2nd
you
and
do
Head.
have to buy the ticket ahead of time.
Okay, so you can sell them either at your store, or is there a way to get them on the website, or just the information?
No,
on the website?
information the information's on Facebook.
On Facebook, okay.
So go to the Chase Me Again Facebook page.
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So the money for this, the proceeds go to hospice. And do they know that? Do they know you're doing this? And they're
they're excited. We have representatives from both groups coming. They also will be asking for volunteers at that time. They'll also be making a pitch.
Good.
Because hospice really works a lot on volunteers.
Yeah, it would be a difficult volunteer job at times, but it would be a very rewarding volunteer job.
It's not as scary as you might think.
Really?
Yeah, to me, thinking of hospice, it feels like you're going to be trying to help someone to go through that last difficult stage. And really, I think more what hospice is you're walking in to give relief to the family members.
Oh, yes.
It's the family members that need that.
And they're so grateful.
Yeah.
I've known so many people that have used hospice, and I have not needed personally to use it in my family, but I know plenty who have, and said that was just a lifesaver to have that.
Well, in the store, when we tell our customers that this benefit is for hospice, we've had customers tear up.
Oh, I bet.
And just say hospice was so important to us when whoever it was.
You get all sorts of stories, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
One of the great things about working in that kind of an environment is people either are benefiting from it, know somebody who's benefited from just any of the organizations you're supporting, or know that that's what you're doing. I bet you get a lot of great stories. So you have the fashion show coming up, and then the new space will be open for business sometime in March, you think?
And I forgot to mention that we also are doing antique and artist booths.
Oh, in the same area where you do the consignment furniture.
So there is booth space available for people to come in and rent and be able to put their wares.
Okay.
So we're going to have that as well.
There's all sorts of stuff going on then.
Yeah. Makes it fun.
Yeah.
Keep it interesting.
That's good. So what was my question here? You are going to be having this new space, and you're going to have the artist booths and the antique furniture, or whatever the antiques are. Will that also, how do you work with that, with the
proceeds that the store gets off of that, again, the profits from that will continue to go to our charities.
Okay.
So it's all still under the Chase Me Again nonprofit status.
Wonderful.
It's just another way of bringing in the income, and it's another way of helping the community.
Good.
Because there's young artists out there that have never had their stuff.
What a great opportunity to show it.
Yes, we already
they may not be able to get into a gallery or something like that.
Right. And also the antique malls are all typically backlogged. There's no room for these people.
This is just getting better and better.
Well, I know. I have just been amazed at this store. The other benefit that I never saw going into this was that we are benefiting the people that are coming in and shopping. We have had so many people come to the counter, and we ring it up and we say, you know, what their total is, and they say, thank you for putting these prices so low that we've been able to come in and get these items. They're just so grateful.
I got a couple great things there.
I've bought a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. Well, and I'm sure I'll be back in for more. But in fact, I bought a really pretty maroon top that had kind of like lace sleeves. It was really nice. I wore it on one of the community hotline shows a couple weeks ago.
And did you tell people where you got it from?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. I always do. I always tell people that. It's like, oh, I got this great shop down at 2nd and Head in Gresham. Chase Me Again. Yeah, no, you do really have some nice stuff there. Now, one last thing. You said your volunteers are going to be the models in the fashion show. Tell me about your volunteers. Where do they come from?
They come from my shoppers. They come in and they look at what's going on and they say, do you need help? And we say, absolutely, here's the schedule, sign up.
Great.
And we have right now over 20 volunteers. We have 15 that are doing the show. I've been amazed. Like I said, I only was going to do this 2 days a week because that's all I could handle with the life I had. And
that
I had. You caught that.
Yes.
And people just started volunteering, and the schedule filled up, and there wasn't any room for more volunteers. So we had to add an extra day. Then we had to add more days. So it is truly just the public coming in. And
do you have a need for more volunteers?
We do.
Okay.
We do, because they turn over.
Okay.
We do. We have teenagers that come in and work,
good.
so we get that young flair.
You know,
but we
that's
have
good work experience for them.
Yes,
you know,
it is.
Even if they're not getting paid for it, that's great on a kid's resume.
We had
you know,
a gal.
You can't get work experience.
We had a teenager come in when she was 15. She's been with us for over a year now. She works once a month, and she's great. And we've just watched her grow up. She's very efficient at the cash register. She knows what she's doing. She can take care of problems. She's great.
Wonderful.
But we have women in their 80s
that
that you would
do?
never know that they are that much older than me. They are cuter than me. They can run circles around me. They are great, and it's so fun to have that wide.
Sounds like a nice work environment.
It
yeah,
is.
Good. Okay, so we're just about out of time. So we have the fashion show coming up on March 3rd. If people are interested in making a donation, I assume you would take a donation.
Absolutely, straight
whether
up donation.
Whether it be cash or a donation to the store. And
correct.
if people want to go to the fashion show, they need to go to your store and pick up some tickets there. Thanks so much, Sue. Sounds like you're doing a terrific job, and good luck in the future, and I hope the new expansion goes really well.
Thank you, Monica.
Thanks for watching Community Hotline. That's all we have for tonight. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll be back again. So this is Monica Weitzel. We'll see you next week.
Of local communities, and they enjoy the satisfaction that comes from being part of something larger than themselves. Multnomah County invites citizens to participate in projects that benefit the greater good of our residents.
Help